Hello everyone, welcome back to Gaming with Shoggoths. We are finally going to see what's been in the background of the park this whole time that I've been kind of trying not to show on the screen. It's not anything like special or anything. It was just the first thing I started to build kind of when we first got access to early access. We got it, a little early, some of us, and I was just sort of playing around with it and trying things out. And I just built like this enclosure in the middle of the park. And then I was like, well, I kind of like what I had started, so I wanted to keep it, but I also wanted to start off with an actual proper park entrance this time. So I decided to just hold off till later. So we're going to see what I started, and then kind of like I do some edits to kind of finish it, because we have had some updates since then and some other stuff has come out, so I've kind of added more details and things like that. So this is going to be an Acrocanthosaurus enclosure, one of my favorite dinosaurs, and of all the dinosaurs in the game currently, it is my favorite. Perhaps one day we will have the Utah Raptor or the Carnotaurus. Those are kind of like my two like top favorites, and then some of the big guys like Acrocanthosaurus and Car and all that kind of stuff after that. So yeah, this is gonna be like kind of the first viewing area. It's kind of being built off the ground right now, but the plan was to put like rocks and stuff underneath it, so it was built up off the ground. But yeah, so this is gonna have we're gonna have two of these viewing galleries, one on kind of either side. There's going to be like a nice river gorge kind of thing. It's going to be a wetland build, since that is one of their preferred environments. So we'll have a wetland look. And I do have all three of the Acros skins in here. We have one male, two females. Their skins don't really change between male and female. Just there's not really a ton of variation between them. So I just did a male of one skin and then two females of two other skins. So here we're gonna build a water. Well, this is gonna be kind of like the river marsh area, and we're gonna build a waterfall as well. Groove into this music. Yeah, I like this song. Unicorn heads. I use them a lot for my background music. They're great. It's good stuff. So we're just kind of doing some landscaping here. I did want to say that pretty much I'm pretty sure, unless there's like a huge rally, that the poll for the last reader pick, or reader, the reader pick, the poll for the last viewer pick for Prehistoric Kingdom, I'm gonna pretty much call it now. It's going to be the Acrocanthosaurus as the winner. It kind of had a pretty substantial lead over the other two sauropods. So that is going to be the next enclosure we do next Prehistoric video, or next Prehistoric Kingdom video. I'm just leaving words out apparently. I do love I really do like the paint brushes for the ground terrain, and in this, especially now, like in like alpha and beta, they were kind of rough, especially the grass, but I really love them. I love how these rocks like break apart so you can see the sand underneath when you paint over them, stuff like that. Like, that's really great. So it really helped make like a nice ravine right there. And of course, I love the brushes for the trees and the plants and everything, obviously. I mean, duh. So this is a really big enclosure. It was huge. And even when I put like 3 of them in there just to see what it was like. And even when I did that, like, it was really huge. So I do eventually kind of chop off a portion of it. It was really excessive. We can use that area for other stuff in the future. I'm gonna get a restroom over here. I was originally gonna put a restaurant over here too, and I started building it, and I kind of had an idea for it to use it for the sauropods, so that's gonna come later. This is actually, because there's no voice or anything like that, you can't hear me saying it, but I was absolutely delighted right there when I was putting those vending machines down, because that was when I found out that vending machines were now available in the game, and I was just like, yay! Alright, so now I'm adding a balcony here. And a stairway. I was gonna do it on both sides, the stairway, but it felt really crowded because it's not a huge building. So I don't think we need to have 2 stairways in it. You know, we could just have 1 balcony, 1 stairway. And then I ended up having the other side be a staff entrance anyways, and you'll see that later. So so yeah, like I think it worked out better that I didn't do that. I was having trouble finding like the right piece to like put in size-wise. I really gotta stop twirling the camera so much. I do that so much. I don't know why. Like everyone else, when I watch their speed builds, their camera's always straight. They're never like spinning, and I'm all like all over the place. So I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. This is probably the first staircase that I've made in this game that I am actually proud of. We all know I'm bad at stairs. So yeah, like the final outcome for the staircase, I enjoy it. Although it probably took me way longer than it needed to, but that's my life in Prehistoric Kingdom. Everything I do takes 10 times longer than it needs to, but I get it done. Railings, not too shabby. I mean, they probably could have been better, but I think it's a decent looking staircase, and then we'll just get some poles up here so it's not floating in the air. And there was a chunk of, I don't know if I just forgot to record part of it or what, but there was a chunk where I was like making the barrier and like the wall and stuff for the balcony, and it just like wasn't anywhere to be found when I went to go process all the footage. So I don't know what happened. I mean, I do that sometimes where I get back into the game after I pause it or after I've stopped for a little while and I just totally forget to start recording again. But so now we're gonna get some glass up here too. I thought about using nets, but I could not figure out a good way to do the corner. I know we have that new curved net, but I was having trouble with how I wanted it to look, so I went with glass instead. And then you can, you know, smush up against the glass and get your fingerprints all over it, and and check out the Acros below you. And look, I'm actually putting structural support elements in. I am growing. It's not just floating out there. I'm very proud of myself for that one too. I really like these prefab caves. I also like just kind of, you know, taking parts off to make them my own. On this one, it has kind of like, so you could like look in to the cave, like a glass area and stuff like that. But what I wanted was for this to be like something they could walk through or sleep in, you know, but if they wanted to just get to the other side of it, they could walk through it. I think this is that scrubland? I'm looking at this on a tiny screen while I'm recording. I think it was the scrubland brushes that I was using. They're really great. I think the wetland ones are awesome because they have all those muddy ones that look like they have footprints and stuff like that. And that's what a lot of this mud is. But like the dirt and the rock textures on the scrublands are awesome. They're really cool. I like them. Like the wetland ones and the scrubland ones are the ones I like to use the most. Got a floating pumpkin there, it looks like. So this is just one of the prefabs, and I sized it up a little bit. And then I'm just copying this fence to move it over here to make it look like it's closed. Like for right now, I'm just putting it there. I'm going to do more with all this maintenance and staff areas and stuff like that in the future. I would like to do a video that's like a kind of like a slow build and just make things like, you know, like shipping containers and dumpsters, you know, with like enclosures around them and stuff like that, you know, to you know, just have decorations and props everywhere that we don't have in the game. But you know, I also don't want these videos to be super long, so but but I'm gonna do like I want to do like some slow build videos where I just make some of that kind of stuff and we just figure out how to make that stuff with what we have got. And that was me realizing that I really made that very crooked. I had it straight with what I aligned it with, but it was not straight to anything else in the enclosure. So here I'm just filling in nothing really worth watching, just filling in some pavement area. Like I said, I'm going to add more details to all these areas. I'm also trying to figure out how to make like hay and stuff like that, and I think I have a way to do it, but it may also look terrible, but we'll see. We will see. I kept going back to these and just like, it was one of those things where I really liked it, what I had. I just kept going like, oh, okay, now I need to add this detail. Oh, I need to add this detail, you know. So like I deleted the other one like 6 times so I could like copy one over into the other. Now I'm just gonna make a little topiary area. Just a little decorative, you know, gardeny type thing right here, next to where everyone can sit. And so this is like generic theropod topiary, that one that kind of looks like a T-Rex, kind of looks like an Acro. It's not a specific one. And I know that the T-Rex and the Acros, neither of them were like around with the Stegosaurus. It was not meant to be an accurate diorama or anything. It's just decoration. I just wanted like a big carnivore and some herbivores, you know, and we don't really have anything with the Stegosaurus in the park because there are none. You know, we don't have the animal. All we have are some decorations. So the Stego was gonna, I just wanted to give it a spotlight. This is me deleting a lot of stuff. Yeah, this area went over a lot of changes. Like that prefab in the middle is gonna go with the tree. Like that was there just kind of, that was when I originally put that tree there, that was a brand new prefab. So yeah, I was just trying to I was going to utilize it thinking I was going to make that video soon, and then I ended up waiting to make the video in lieu of, you know, putting an actual entrance to the park for once. So just get some fences up so that our, you know, our curious guests can't wander off and drown or anything like that. More topiaries. I'm so excited about these topiaries. I'm going to make a maze. I just want to figure out, like, I want to figure out how to do it. Like, I would love to incorporate an actual dinosaur exhibit into it, but it could just be like a fun guest thing too. We'll see. We will see. one of our wonderful prefab bridges. These excite me so much. I love them. Very happy. Oh, God, I wish we had bridges in Jurassic World Evolution too. I would be so happy. It would make certain things just so much neater in that game if we had some kind of bridge. So we're connecting it up to the Parasaurolophus Paradise area. Really is just kind of a lot of like busy work, like fitting it in, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna copy these bars over there because they work, they fit the color scheme, everything works. I love those trees. What are they called? I don't want to mispronounce it, but I love them. All right, so we're gonna work on like a little decorative feature right here. One side it's gonna be like welcome you to the Acrocanthosaurus alley. And then the other side is going to be like if you were coming from the other side of the park, it's kind of welcoming you back into the Parasaurolophus Paradise area. So, and I kind of want to do that for like a whole bunch of different areas. I think that was me making sure I know how to spell Acrocanthosaurus. But yeah, I'd like to do this kind of thing like throughout the park where like if you're entering into one area, it tells you where you're going to. And if you're exiting from that area, it will also tell you like the new area that you're going into. So I think that'd be like a neat feature. This is a very bright red. It does not stay that bright. Like, at first I really liked it, and then I was like, So there's some of those glass panels that I've used in the past. I'm just gonna flatten them as much as possible, change them to be different colors. Okay, we're gonna have like a nice pastel look over there, which I think looks good on the gray. I think it, it's all nice and subtle. Because it's not black, so we don't need like bright colors. We need some like kind of nice, chill colors. I went and I copied Parasaurolophus from one of the other boards. Like I was like, I am not spelling this again. Not for any other reason than it does. I mean, it does take a kind of a long time. I really should just copy every dinosaur or creature name. That'd actually be a good idea. And just copy each name that you make and keep them as a prefab right now because we only have one font style. So, they would work. All right, we're gonna roll into the walkthrough, the finished product here real soon. So I'll be back in just a second. All right, here we are. We are at the junction between the Parasaurolophus Paradise and the Acrocanthosaurus alley, and you can hear them. It's funny, like I can hear them roaring in the background, but I haven't seen them roar in quite some time. I think their animation got taken out for some reason. I think I heard something about a few animations getting taken out. So I haven't seen them roar, but you can still hear them in the background. Alright, so here's our nice kind of our sitting area, our entryway into Acrocanthosaurus alley. Our beautiful topiary. I mean, it really looks like those two stegos and that generic theropod are really gonna have a good life together, right? The other side of our sign. So I probably should have got that in better light. I apologize. So that is the staff area that's gonna, both sides kind of have this path that leads to the backstage enclosure over there. And in the future, it will get some more work added to it. Like I said, once I get those prefabs made, I can add it to all of our maintenance areas. This is the view from the first floor. You can see a little bit of water splashing up. And then we got our second floor. That's the balcony I was talking about. I guess I just forgot to start recording again when I was making that balcony. But it wasn't anything difficult. It's just one of the pre-made fences, the guest fences, and then I changed the color and stretched it out. The glass one with like the metal top on the bottom. That's all it is. I'm really hoping one of these days I can motivate myself to kind of make like my own fences, but I'm not sure. Like, I mean, we don't have a lot of good curved pieces that only curve like slightly, but I would love to make like my own fence. These parts kind of behind the camera view, all this big open grass area, they're all going to lead off. You probably saw some pathways. They're all going to lead off to other enclosures and other areas, so I will kind of fill that stuff in as we go. This is our other building. I mean, this one is pretty much, it's exactly the same as the other one. I copied and pasted it over here. That's our nice little cave that they really don't ever use, but maybe they will someday. And then this is going to be like kind of like their holding pen if they need to be moved around for one reason or another. I love the skins for the Acros are really cool. I really like this skin. Like, it looks good. And then this is like the red leopardy one, and the blue one is. I mean, they're all three of them are awesome. I think the blue one's probably my favorite, but that one there it is over there. Yeah, they're all pretty cool. There's the blue one. Kind of. Well, it's kind of blue-gray. It kind of depends on the lighting. It sort of looks blue-grayish, but yeah, brown, red, blue, gray, whatever. Kind of a better shot at the waterfall. And yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. As always, I appreciate you checking it out. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll be back with more Prehistoric Kingdom real soon. Until then, have a good one.